So a little while ago, I talked about what is in my daily bag, and this is what I use, but I think there was some confusion as to like whether or not I actually take this with me everywhere. Now that video is more for like what I take to work, so I pack it to the gills. It's got everything in it so that I don't forget something. But if I'm going to the grocery store or something, like I'm not taking all that. That's just not necessary. But I do usually take something. It's a much lighter version of that daily pack, but I figured let's go ahead and go over what I really do take with me like every day and everywhere. So there are really a few things that I pretty much take every single place I go. That's my keys, my wallet, and my phone. You pretty much can't go without those. Now I really hate carrying keys. I hate when they poke me. I don't like the rattling. I just don't like any of it. But I did find this key holder from Bellroy called the Key Cover, and it actually makes carrying keys so much nicer. It's leather, it's small, it fits the keys in a nice, slim, flat, and easy to carry package. This is one of my favorite products ever, and I've been using it for over a year, and it's still holding up just fine. Now, I also have my wallet, and much like my keys, I don't want bulk and I don't want to feel it on me, so I use this. I'm not sure if it has a name, but I'll leave it linked and pretty much everything else from this video down below if you want to go check it out and get one for yourself. But basically, it just holds 6 cards in a slim aluminum body, and I mean, that's it. It also has RFID blocking, which is nice, but most of the time, this is all I need. It works perfectly for just those few cards that you're constantly using. Now the way it works is there's this little mechanism at the bottom that you pull, it pops out the cards, it looks cool, but it is actually very functional, and this is something I was worried about breaking, but I've had it for a couple years now, and I haven't had a single problem with it. It works perfectly fine, almost as it did on day one. This is something that's simple, it's small, and maybe something you wouldn't really consider, but I would definitely recommend this. Now most of you know my choice of phone is the iPhone XS Max, and that goes with me every single place I go. I also have the smart battery case on it, and I take that with me just in case I need it. You can never have enough battery life. But overall, I'm happy with this phone. It does everything I need it to do, and it works for me really well. I love the camera, I love the size. I mean, it's an iPhone, there's really nothing new to say here. You kind of know what to expect. Now these are the things that I always have with me, but I do usually have a bit more, and for that, I kind of needed something to carry it all, and that is where the Air Go collection comes in. This is the Go Sling, and it's a small little bag that I can take with me everywhere. It's small enough to stay out of the way, but it still has enough room for the things that I'm carrying. Now I know sling bags like this are becoming more popular, but I'm not 100% sure on the styling of this bag. I mean, I like the way it looks, but actually wearing it, I don't know, I'm not all the way there. But for me, the utility just outweighs any of that. This bag is great, and most importantly, it just keeps things out of my pocket and into this pouch, which is a must. So the rest of the stuff that goes in here is first, my AirPods. I usually have these with me, especially now with version 2. Finally, those are out. These are great. I keep them in this Nomad case, which at first I didn't really like the look of, but it kind of grew on me, so I just left them on. It does protect your case if you're into that, but it's just a nice little added touch, and at the very least, you know that these are your AirPods. I also carry my Android phone. Currently, it's the Galaxy S10, which I am loving. I mainly find myself using this for the wide camera. That is just a hard feature to beat, but I always like having an Android phone and an iPhone on me, and I think this is the one to get if you're looking for an Android phone right now. Aside from what's in the bag, I also wear my Apple Watch Series 4 with a sports strap on it. I've talked about this a ton in the past, so I'm not going to go into it here in detail, but this is the best Apple Watch yet, and I still use it every single day. It's responsive, it's fast. I use it for health tracking and just actually telling the time. I love this thing, and it's always on my wrist. So the final thing isn't another gadget, but actually another bag. Sometimes the sling isn't enough, and maybe I'll need to pack a little bit more. It happens actually quite a bit. And that's where the Go Pact comes in. It's from the same collection as the Go Sling, but it's a backpack instead, so you can fit a lot more in it. It's got a pouch up top for quick access, you have a pocket in the front, and then a big main compartment where you can fit a lot. It stays super compact and you barely know that you're wearing it. This bag is really great for things like travel and packing light, but for me, I really love it for those times where I just need a little bit more space in my everyday situations. And I also want to thank Air for sending both of these bags out to me. So that is my everyday carry. Now, of course, Sometimes the situation changes, so I either take something out or I put something else in. I mean, it's not always this, and of course, sometimes I just go without a bag. Like, I don't always need all this stuff, but if I'm kind of traveling light, but I still need some stuff with me, these are the things that are pretty much packed away. They work for me, they make my life a little easier, but most importantly, I don't have to have anything in my pockets.